We are back to start week 6 with Thursday Night Football. Let's talk some pigskin. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and that's right, it's already week 6. I don't know how, well, kind of week 6. Thursday Night Football. Monday night was a great game, but we didn't win our bet. We'll go over that quick recap in just a little bit. Quick reminder, MLB Playoff Best Bets video will be out after this one if we have games, obviously. I'm recording this as the baseball games are going on, so I don't know if the Brewers are going to end the series or Dodgers or what yet. But if there is a game, we will have a video. So quick schedule reminder in case you're new to the channel. We have our Week 6 best game bets video with trends and leans. That'll be out Thursday night. And then our player props and anytime touchdowns, those will be out Friday night. And then Sunday night, we'll recap the whole weekend and go over Monday Night Football and give our best bets. So before we get into it, as you guys know, any graphics you see in this video are from OUTLIER, the best betting research tool on the market today. Click that link below. You get a 7-day free trial. So let's get into it. We got to go dad jokes. So here we go. 2 years ago, my doctor told me I was going deaf. I haven't heard from him since. In this video, we're going to recap that Monday Night Football, and then we're going to preview and give one best bet out for the Eagles and Giants, and then I also have 2 leans for the Thursday Night Football game as well. And then, of course, we'll finish it with the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Come join this awesome community. Cannot thank you guys enough for all the support in the first 3 years on the channel. It's been awesome. But let's get it rolling, and that means it's recap time. All right, there it is. Just the one best bet. Travis Etienne over 60.5 rush yards. He had 49 on 12 carries. I expected around 15 to 16 carries, and if he would have got that on his average, he would have went over. They just didn't hand him the ball. Trevor Lawrence had 1,000,000 carries himself. It was just 25 pass attempts for Lawrence, plus 10 to 12 rush attempts. It was just the Trevor Lawrence show, I guess. So, again, these primetime games can be a little tricky, but just a half unit like we usually do on primetime. But season record, 39-37, 0.34 units. We are due to just go on an absolute heater. So hopefully that starts this weekend with Thursday Night Football. And speaking of that, let's talk the Eagles at Giants. All right, we head out to New Jersey where the Giants host the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles -7 in this one with a low total of 40.5. Let's talk the game real quick. Eagles coming off a rare loss at home versus the Broncos. Giants coming on off a bad loss themselves versus the Saints. Both teams are not happy right now, but, well, the Giants are never happy. But injury report, Eagles, Saquon is questionable, expected to play, though. Linebacker Campbell, questionable, biceps. D-tackle Byron Young, questionable, triceps. And then guard Landon Dickerson, likely out for this game. Giants, secondary is taking some hits. Cornerback Drew Phillips, and then safeties Tyler Nubin and Javon Holland, all questionable. Backup safety Dane Belton is also questionable. And then wide receiver Darius Slayton is out, which is huge because we already know Malik Neighbors is out for the year. Right tackle Jermaine Illuminor, I almost said that wrong, questionable. And then 2 backup linebackers, Foles and Bozeman, also questionable. So a lot of injuries, which you expect at this time of the year on a Thursday night after only 3 days off. But head-to-head meetings, Eagles are 7-1 in the last 8 versus the Giants. They won 20-13 and 28-3 last season. But that 20-13 game was the end of the year. Eagles didn't care, rested starters and all that. So numbers so far this year, Eagles 3-2 against the spread. Giants 2-3 ATS. Eagles are 3-2 to the under. Giants are 4-1 to the under. That's why you see a low total here. But Giants are one of only 2 teams without a division win since the start of last season. That's insane to me. The other one being the Las Vegas Raiders. So let's get into the best bet. It's a player prop, and then we'll get into a couple leans. This best bet, Devontae Smith of the Eagles, over 48.5 receiving yards. I got this on BetMGM for a half unit. Now, I just think this is too low for him, honestly. Let's talk about him. As you can tell by this outlier screenshot, he's over in 3 of 5 games so far. Over in 3 of his last 4, actually, since that weird week 1 weather delay where nobody scored in the second half. But for an offense that doesn't pass a ton, he has actually pretty good volume. Coming off an 8-reception game where he had 10 targets, and that was against a good Broncos defense. He had another game with 9 targets. He did have 2 duds in there with 2 and 3 targets. I always know that's a possibility, which is why we're getting a low line. But he's averaging 11 yards per reception. Also done well versus the Giants in his career. Last season, he got hurt in one and didn't play in the other. But before that, 79, 67, 64, 80, and 22 receiving yards. 22 was his first game against the Giants as a rookie. He has a solid ADOT. That's average depth of target, 9.5, with 286 air yards through 5 weeks. So pretty decent numbers there for a low number like this. And now we face the weak Giants pass defense. They've given up the second most yards to wide receivers. They also struggle to slot wide receivers, which is why I love this matchup. Smith plays primarily out of the slot. I think it's a great matchup. On top of that, the science, I don't know who that's a subject in school. The Giants have a ton of secondary injuries, like we just mentioned earlier. Cornerbacks, safeties, everybody. Some wide receivers to already get 50-plus receiving yards against the Giants. How about Olave, Shaheed, Quentin Johnson, Juju, Tyquan Thornton? So a lot of people have gotten the job done. And as I've talked about all season, Eagles are struggling to run the ball. They're going to have to pass it at some point. Saquon is not fully healthy either. I just think it's an O-line issue. They have not been getting the same push that we saw last year, at least when he was averaging like 6 yards a carry. So I think Hurts in this passing game will have success here. Obviously, whenever you go over receiving yards on a favorite with 7, you worry about, a little bit of a blowout, but we're expecting low scoring, 40.5. I think they're going to have to keep playing. So I like Devontae Smith over 48.5 receiving yards. That is my one and only best bet, but I may add one. It might be one of these leans, so let's talk about it. All right, I got 2 leans for you, and I honestly may add one of these. I really do like them. So this first one's a player prop. Jackson Dart under 177.5 passing yards. I know, it's a low number to go under. I get it, but this passing game is a mess. No Malik Neighbors is huge for this team. We know that. Slayton is also out. He's got no weapons. In his first 2 starts, he threw for 111 yards versus the Chargers and then 202 yards versus the Saints. Just 202. Why am I saying that? It took him 40 pass attempts to get to 202 passing yards. I don't see that happening. Eagles also a slower team. Chews up the clock. I doubt we see close to 40 pass attempts by him again. In fact, the attempts line right now is set at 30.5. So to take 40 to get to 202, that tells you it's a struggle. But Eagles held Stafford and Mahomes both under 200 passing yards. This will be the easiest matchup by far for Philly's defense. They've had a tough schedule so far. Only worry here is the Eagles blow him out and maybe Dart throws it a million times in garbage time. I still don't think he gets to 40 pass attempts, but maybe he has, 100 yards and he hits a big one or they play prevent defense or something like that. But I think this game's competitive long enough where I like his under. So give me Dart on the under passing yards as my first lane. Second one, kind of a same game parlay. Well, it is, not kind of. Eagles money line and Saquon anytime touchdown, minus 105. I don't usually make this kind of a bet, but let's talk about it real quick. Eagles money line, it's self-explanatory. They're coming off a rare loss. They are the much better team. Giants are banged up. No weapons on offense. Secondary issues. I expect Fangio to have a good game plan for the rookie here. Eagles should win this one easily. Saquon, anytime touchdown. Yes, he has struggled this season thanks to bad offensive line play, but you know what? He still has a touchdown in 4 of 5 games this year. We know the revenge angle. We know they want to get him a touchdown versus his old team. Giants have also given up a rushing touchdown to 4 running backs already. Hampton, Hunt, Miles Sanders, and Javonte Williams. I expect Barkley to get some chances here to find the end zone yet again. So Eagles money line and Saquon anytime touchdown. That's my second lean. Again, I might add that one. I might add Jackson Dart under 177.5 pass yards. But right now, those are my 3 favorite bets for this video or for this game, with only the one official best bet right now. So that's what we got for Thursday Night Football. Before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is, the one best bet. And if you just fast forward to this, I just gave away 2 leans. I may add one of those as well. But Devontae Smith over 48.5 receiving yards, minus 115 on BetMGM for a half unit. We're due for a primetime winner, so let's start out Week 6 strong. Again, we got Week 6 game bets video coming out Thursday night as well. But thank you guys for watching, as always. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a great Thursday, and we'll talk to you soon.